What's going on, guys? Australian Games here. Today in this video I am going to be teaching you how to edit custom thumbnails. Now today we'll be going over the basics of editing custom thumbnails, which will include obviously layers, text, and importing renders of your Minecraft skin into it if that's something you're interested in, but you don't always have to do that. Thumbnails, mostly creativity. If you can think it, it can happen. So as long as you focus on what you think, what's creative to you, what you want for the certain video, what it is, it should work out fine for you. So without further ado, let's just jump into the video. So here we are on the desktop. So the first thing you're going to want to have to do is go up to your Google search bar and type pixlr.com and hit enter. The link will be in the description if that's easier for you guys. Now Pixlr is great, it's free, you don't have to worry about signing up, and everything is online, so there's no downloads. It's great. Another great one is Canva, but the only problem with that is it has limited capabilities without buying premium. But with this, you have full control over any and every tool you want to use. So start by clicking on Pixlr X, which is this one. The rest of them cost money. And as you can see, you can already see a whole lot of templates. Now, making thumbnails, it's important that you keep uniqueness to yourself. If you come down here, obviously press on YouTube thumbnails, you can see a lot of different types of thumbnails, and you can take them and edit them. They're all templates and they're completely free. You can, if you're struggling or if you need help starting out, you can come straight here and pick a template. But for the sake of this tutorial, I will be teaching you how to make one from scratch and how I make the Minecraft thumbnails that I make. So what you're going to do is you're going to start off by creating a new project. You should be greeted with this screen. Call it whatever you want. I will call this one template. Oops, caps lock was on. And you're going to want to set it to 1080 by 720. Now this is the default thumbnail size for YouTube. Right now, any other size, it may not work to the actual best of your ability. So if you look over here, it's already here, but you can do it here as well. It doesn't really matter. So after you've done that, just hit create, and here is your room to work with. This is all the space inside this checkered area is going to be your thumbnail. Now, there's a lot of different tools over here. Like I said, could seem daunting. You won't need to use all of them, and sometimes you'll use things that you won't normally use other times. Like there's a lot of text you can pre-text that you can use and stuff like that, and animations and stuff. But first of all, let's jump into importing a layer, importing an image to use as the background. Okay, so to get different images onto your video, what you're going to want to do is you want to come over here up to the layers tab and find the add layer button. It'll do a little animation when you hover over it. Just click on that. Now here you can see a bunch of different types of layers. Now what you're going to want to click on is image. The other ones are a little bit more confusing, but I'll show you more about that later. So start by clicking on image. It will bring up a prompt here. I have a few things that I am going to use as my basis. So let's just use this picture of a cloud as the first picture. So as you'll see, when I imported it, the image was slightly bigger and a different resolution to the actual thumbnail itself. So what you're going to want to do is obviously grab the sides here and make them bigger or smaller depending on what your image size is. If you don't want to worry about obviously the resizing, you can always search 1280 by 720 and then search the actual picture that you want, like rainbow, for example. Hit images and you should see them 1280 by 720 here. So that's a lot easier. If that's easy for you, then go for it, but it usually doesn't entirely matter. So the next thing we're going to want to do is add some text. So adding some text, we'll go over to the text tab, which is just over here, this little T. You can add a default text and customize it yourself. For example, I'll just write insane Bed Wars video, and Then we'll add a different font. We'll change it up to suit the tone. So if we change the font to something like here, no, that's ugly. We'll go with this one. This looks cool. Not really, but it'll do. You can obviously move it around here, changing the sizing. That's all what this is. These are just slide tabs, very easy to use. Line spacing also between the lines. You can play around with this. It's really just what you want to see in your own thumbnails. Aligning is also important if you want it over to one side. It's basic, just Word document sort of things. Opacity, if you want to make it more transparent, that's completely up to you. Now, the important thing I find here is if the text is being colored out by the background, which happens very, very commonly, you're gonna want to add either a shadow, outline. An outline's probably more important. If you you can change the color to black, change the size, the distance. It's all the tools to play around with are right in front of you. Oops, just go back to text. Obviously you can add drop shadows and stuff. These are a lot of content creators use stuff like that to bring out the text in their screen. Okay, so once you've got the text how you like it and you've positioned it how you want, you can obviously add a 3D render of your Minecraft skin or other images on top of the layer. Now for this you can obviously either find images that you want to put in there, or if you want to have a 3D render of your skin, all you got to do is go into Nova Skin. Okay, so here we are inside of Nova Skin. The IP is right here. It will be in the description, as well as you can see it right here. So to create 3D renders of your skin, a lot of people go over to, after you've uploaded your skin, of course, you'll just hit open and find it, and then you'll go to either pose. This is where you can make your Minecraft character do all sorts of random stuff. It's kind of funny if you just click through it and kind of make them look like they're dancing. It's pretty funny. You can obviously use the custom tools. You can obviously use the custom tools here to play around with what you actually want your character to do, and you can make him wiggle his head. It's really up to you. So after you have selected a pose you like, you might want to put an item in your hand, for example. So for me, we'll go with a diamond sword, and I can have that as my thumbnail image. Now, the second thing that you're gonna want to do is you want to come over here. You want to hit on photo, right click, and save the image as. Make sure it saves as a PNG and put it in a file that you prefer. So once you've finished that, what you're going to want to do, come back to your thumbnail, you're going to come over to the little plus icon, hit plus, and add another image. Now once you've done that, import the photo you've just taken, and boom, you have put yourself inside of your thumbnail, fully animated. Nova Skin is the easiest way to do it. There is a way to do it in game. It can look a little bit better if you have shaders or a resource pack that you really like. For example, if you guys would like a more advanced tutorial on thumbnails, let me know down in the comments and I will do that. So after you've done all of the text, you've added in an image, you've got obviously your background, you can make it all come together a little bit better. So if I just move the text here, for example, maybe slice it out a little bit, make it a little bigger, have my character just kind of come in like that, maybe shorten him down a little bit, come into here, and that's pretty much all there is to it. Adding text, adding images, that's all there really is to learning how to do thumbnails like that. Now, like I do in the tutorial I've done last time, I'm going to be doing a quick time lapse of me designing a thumbnail using all the elements I've showed you, and then obviously showing you the final product, and how, once again, proving that you don't need expensive software to make good quality stuff. So let's get into it. So here is the finished product for something that I would use for this video that I'm currently recording. Now, this is a very basic but a simple, effective thumbnail technique, especially when you're first starting out. It's very important that you do stuff like, I don't know if you saw, but in the time lapse I did do a I blurred out the background of these high clouds by coming over to adjust and changing the blur. Now that was important to make sure, because the clouds were kind of overtaking what I was doing. Adding different images, adding them as layers. You don't always have to add them as layers. Another option is coming over to add element and image, browsing and adding an image to the same concurrent layer that you're using, but it should just add it as a separate layer anyway. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, if you're coming to export this, what you're going to want to do is obviously come over here to save. I recommend changing to PNG. It's usually just the highest quality. It does it anyway, and it's one of the best in my opinion. And just hit save as, pick a file, and obviously save it to that file. And that's literally all there is to it. That is designing a thumbnail from start to finish. If you guys have any questions, please leave them down in the comments below. I would be happy to answer. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a real fun video to make, and I really hope it helped you out. If you did like this video, make sure you smash the like button and subscribe with notifications. That really helps me out. If you guys would like to see a more advanced tutorial on thumbnails using either Photoshop or an advanced pixel tutorial, I can sure do that. Just leave it down in the comments and I'll get to it ASAP. So once again, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.